Hello, we would like to welcome you to Fitness with a View. We're sitting right outside the gym right now. You probably noticed the surroundings around us. Today we're going to talk about metabolism, part 2. You notice there's always a couple things that happen with diets or suggested eating regimens. And that is, people always say eat protein and eat vegetables. Why is that? Well, because it's the thermal effect of food that we talk about. The thermal effect of food is actually how much energy it takes for actually the body to digest the food. So we start with fat. It takes about 3%. It raises the thermal effect of food. If it happens to be grain, it may be 5%. When we get to fruit, it's 15%. But with with vegetables and protein, it's actually 30%. So thus, all these suggested regimens say to eat more vegetables and more protein. And by doing that, you're going to increase your metabolism. In turn, you're going to burn more calories and lose more fat. On another turn of events, we have sugar. And a lot of times, if we're going to take the extreme case of somebody that has a tough time with processing sugar, you may think of a diabetic. And what does a doctor say regarding a diabetic? Well, in one meal, a diabetic shouldn't have any more than 45 grams of actual carbohydrates. Well, that's what you find in one baked potato. So, thus, that wouldn't be the best meal for a diabetic. But everybody really should control how much carbohydrates they have. So, you do it by means of eating complex carbs, which you find in green leafy vegetables. And when we actually look at that in connection with your protein, what you're doing is you're braiding together the two energy substrates, carbohydrates, which take about 2 hours to digest, and protein, which take 4 to 6 hours. What that tells the brain is to not send out the insulin, because insulin's like Pac-Man. It comes around and it eats up all the sugar, which means the muscles don't get it. So with that being the case, we want to control how much the muscles get in sugar and how little insulin gets in the sugar. And you do that actually by putting together complex carbohydrates with your protein, and that slows that down. So hopefully, Metabolism Part 2 has been a benefit. We spoke both about the thermal effect of food and how eating our vegetables and protein raise that, so you actually lose more fat. And we also spoke about how controlling our sugar intake by pairing together complex carbs and protein actually lessen the amount of insulin, and in turn gets more energy to your whole body. So we'd like to thank you for coming here to Fitness with a View. I'm Jamie Blair. Look forward to be able to have you come out to see us sometime. Take note of our website or our phone number at 864-420-3371. Thank you.